This is huge for MMA fans. Patricio Freire is calling out Aaron Pico's chin at UFC 327. We're diving deep into the trash talk and what it means for their upcoming showdown. Plus, Dana White is already nervous about Khamzat Chimaev and Sean Strickland's volatile feud ahead of UFC 328. How much security will they even need for this one? We've also got the best bets for Josh Emmett versus Kevin Vallejos at UFC Fight Night, breaking down the odds and who's favored to win this exciting matchup. And we'll bring you all the results from UFC Vegas 114. You don't want to miss this. Hit that like, subscribe, and bell icon now.
Your brand new iPhone deserves the best protection, and the iLume 3-pack screen protector plus 3-pack camera lens protector has you covered. Don't take risks with your iPhone. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Patricio Freire declares war on Aaron Pico's chin. Former Bellator double champion Patricio Freire is ready to test the limits of Aaron Pico's resilience at UFC 327. Freire, now 1-1 in the UFC after a win over Dan Ige, has openly targeted Pico's perceived weakness, his chin. This matchup, scheduled for April 11 in Miami, pits Freire against Pico, who has been finished in all 5 of his professional defeats, most recently by knockout to Lerone Murphy. Freire expressed his strategy clearly, stating, "He's a fantastic fighter. He's really great, so much so that Bellator signed him before he even made his debut. There was all this hype around him. I saw his fights, I saw his debut, and he's great. He's strong, he's athletic, he has a lot of gifts as a fighter, but he has a fatal flaw, which is whenever he gets hit with a hard shot, he goes down. So that's something I'm hoping to exploit when we fight each other. That's his weak spot." This bold declaration sets the stage for a fight where Freire aims to expose Pico's vulnerability. The history between these two fighters is notable, as they nearly met under the Bellator and PFL banners. Now, under the UFC umbrella, Freire believes the promotion saw an opportunity to make a fight that fans have been anticipating. He also commented on the difference in fighter mentality between promotions, noting that in the UFC, the guys keep hiding themselves behind the rankings, unlike in Bellator where fighters were more willing to face anyone. Fans are buzzing about Freire's direct approach, with many eager to see if Pico can withstand the pressure and if Freire can indeed exploit his chin. The narrative is set for a classic striker versus supposed weakness showdown. Will Patricio Freire deliver on his promise to expose Aaron Pico's chin, or will Pico prove him wrong? Stick around as we break down the strategies and predictions for this highly anticipated bout, and then we're heading over to UFC 328 for a look at a potential powder keg. Dana White's security nightmare, Chimaev versus Strickland looms. The UFC middleweight division is set for an explosive showdown, as champion Khamzat Chimaev is slated to face former title holder Sean Strickland at UFC 328. While the fight promises fireworks, UFC CEO Dana White is already anticipating a chaotic fight week, expressing concerns about the sheer amount of security needed to keep these two volatile personalities in check. Both Chimaev and Strickland are known for their confrontational styles and have a history of bad blood. White humorously questioned, "How much security you think we're gonna need for Chimaev versus Strickland?" This statement highlights the high-stakes tension surrounding the bout, as the fighters' animosity could spill over before they even step into the octagon. Strickland earned his title shot with an impressive performance against Anthony Hernandez, while Chimaev continues to dominate the division. Fight fans are eagerly awaiting this grudge match, speculating whether the two fighters will manage to keep their animosity contained until fight night. The potential for pre-fight altercations is a major talking point, adding another layer of drama to an already highly anticipated championship bout. The UFC will undoubtedly be implementing extra precautions to ensure a smooth fight week. Can Khamzat Chimaev and Sean Strickland coexist without an octagon-shattering brawl before UFC 328? We'll keep you updated on the security situation, but first, let's shift gears to UFC Fight Night for some expert betting advice. Expert picks: who wins Emmett versus Vallejos at UFC Fight Night? Get ready for UFC Fight Night as analyst Ryan Wohl breaks down the electrifying matchup between Josh Emmett and Kevin Vallejos. This featherweight clash promises a striking battle, with Vallejos entering the fight on a dominant 6-fight win streak, 4 of which ended by knockout. His impressive 17-1 record, with 14 finishes, positions him as a formidable contender. Wohl highlights Vallejos' advantages, noting, "Vallejos is the better athlete in this bout, which should allow him to dictate the pace of the fight. If Vallejos pressures Emmett, he should be able to wear him down with his speed and accuracy, eventually scoring a knockout." Emmett, while powerful, is noted for lacking the consistency to compete at the elite level. The odds reflect this, with Vallejos as a significant favorite -550 against Emmett, +410. Beyond the main event, the card features rising talent like Marwan Rahiki, who boasts a 7-0 record with 6 finishes. Rahiki is heavily favored in his bout against Harry Hardwick, with odds of +120 for a KO TKO DQ victory, a prop bet that offers excellent value given Rahiki's finishing prowess. The betting landscape is ripe with opportunity for savvy fight fans. Will Kevin Vallejos live up to his favorite status and secure a finish, or can Josh Emmett pull off an upset? We've got the betting breakdown, but before we move on, we're heading to UFC Vegas 114 for the official results. UFC Vegas 114 results. Emmett vs. Vallejos delivers action. UFC Vegas 114 has concluded, and the results are in from the Meta Apex in Las Vegas. In the main event, featherweights Josh Emmett and Kevin Vallejos went head-to-head in a highly anticipated bout. Vallejos entered the fight riding an impressive 6-fight winning streak, looking to extend his dominance against Emmett, who has struggled recently, losing 4 of his last 5 outings. The co-main event featured a strawweight clash between Amanda Lemos and Jillian Robertson, adding another layer of excitement to the card. Other notable matchups included Ian Cutelaba vs. Almer C., Andre Fili vs. Jose Miguel Delgado, and the undefeated Marwan Rahiki facing Harry Hardwick. The preliminary card also featured a host of exciting talent, including Brad Tavares vs. Ulrich Anders and Charles Johnson vs. Bruno Silva. Fans who tuned into UFC Vegas 114 were treated to a full night of fights, from the early preliminary bouts to the thrilling main event. The results from this event will undoubtedly shape the future landscape of the featherweight and strawweight divisions. Stay tuned for more analysis on these exciting matchups and what they mean for the fighters' careers. What a night of fights at UFC Vegas 114. We've covered the big stories, but don't go anywhere yet, because we've got a lightning round recap of all the top news and a full call to action to keep you connected. What a packed show! Patricio Freire is targeting Aaron Pico's chin at UFC 327, Dana White is bracing for chaos with Khamzat Chimaev and Strickland at UFC 328. We broke down the best bets for Emmett vs. Vallejos and delivered all the results from UFC Vegas 114. If you loved this breakdown, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel for all your MMA news, hit the notification bell so you never miss an update, and drop a comment below telling us your favorite fight. Don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms to stay connected 24/7.